Hello everyone, welcome to episode number 50. Here's Sangeeta and hope you all are doing great in your life. Today's episode is something very special. Today I'm gonna share with you why I started this podcast, what has felt me to add values in people's life, what is a real meaning of helping people and giving values to them. Is it by alone or doing something great? Where this thought comes from and what impacted me a lot. Today I'm going to share with you a very strong story about Sudha Murthy. She is called to be as philanthropy. A strong with her knowledge, strong with her value, a simple person but with a high dignity. 2 months ago, I was reading her book, Here, There, and Everywhere. A story that has really made my mind shook off that such a great person she is. This story I want to make aware in this community, the people who listen to this podcast. I want to make them to hear this story because this story will not only give you to uplift your life but also will say you that who are you, what is your right action about life. Once she was traveling from Mumbai to Bangalore. The train was jam packed. People was just filling in the train since one of the train was cancelled. She sat and was pushed to the corner of the berth. Though it was meant for 3 people, there were already 6 of them sitting on it. The ticket collector came to check the tickets of people and the reservation. It was difficult to guess, but within this eagle eye, he easily can locate that which person was having ticket and which person was not. Sir, I was late. The train was late. I was not able to take ticket. These were all the reasons that people were telling to the collector. I felt that the ticket collector was just numb and was saying that what people are saying the story, and he was not saying a single word. Suddenly he looked at her and told, "What about your ticket, madam?" She had already shown her ticket, she said. "Not you, madam. The girl hiding below your berth. Hey, come out. Where is your ticket?" Suddenly, she realized that someone was sitting below her berth. When the collector yelled at her, the girl came out of hiding. She was very thin, dark, scared look, like she was crying. She didn't had anything. She might be just 13 or 14 years old. She had uncombed hair and was dressed in a torn skirt and blouse. Girl even did not reply. "Who are you? Where you came from? Which station do you want to get up? Where is your full ticket? Why didn't you take the ticket?" Girl did not reply a single question. The collector was getting very angry since he had been dealing with countless ticketless passengers. He told out his anger, and this girl did not say any word and shouted at her, "I know all you run away. You took a free ride in this train and caused so tremendous problem to others. You neither replied to my question or nor you take any kind of ticket. I have to answer my boss." The girl still did not say anything. The people around the girl were not bothered at all. They were all counting their ticket monies or they were having their food, preparing for the sleep. Nobody was bothered about what is happening to that little girl because she had never seen such situation in a very vast experience of social work. The girl stood quietly, and if she had not heard anything, like collector caught her in her arms and told her, "Get out in the next station right now. I will hand you over to the police myself and then they will put you in orphanage. It is not my headache. Get on it, Wadi." The collector yelled very loudly. The girl did not move. The collector started forcefully pulling her hand. The collector raised his eyebrows and looked at. She told that, "I will pay the ticket for her. It was getting dark and I don't want a young girl to be in the platform for a long time." He smiled and said, "Madam, it is very kind of you to offer to buy her a ticket, but I have seen many children like her. They get in the one station, they get off at the next and board another train. They beg or travel to their destination without a ticket. This is not an exceptional case. So why are you wasting your money, madam? She will not travel even with a ticket. Give her money and she will just go." Her heart did not accept it and she said, "No, I want to take a ticket." She took the ticket and the girl finally was sitting and traveling with her. The collector smiled and said, "I told you, madam, experience is the best teacher." And then, when Bangalore station came out, the train compartments was getting empty. But slowly and steadily, the girl started talking. The girl said her name is Chitra. She lived in a village near Bidar. Her father was a coolie and she had lost her mother at birth. Her father had remarried and had 2 sons with her stepmother, but a few months ago her father had died. Her stepmother was started to beating her and did not give her food. I know from her tone, the blood-stained blouse and the marks on her body that she was telling the truth. She was tired of that life. She did not want to leave it, and there was nobody to support her. She left home in search of something better, but this time the train has reached Bangalore. Murthy ma'am has said that. She told goodbye to Chitra and got down from the train. But something was finding very difficult. She found that someone was looking at her, and that was Chitra's eyes. I had paid her ticket out of compassion, but I have never thought that she would be my responsibility. Such thought appeared in her mind. She got into the car. She stood outside, watching her. She told herself that what she is doing. I was worried about safety of the girl in the Wadi Junction. Right now I am leaving in her to a big city like Bangalore, a situation that is worse than a previous one. Anything could have happened to Chitra. She told her, "No, this is not the way out. Let's move." She took her and told her to come in the car with her, and told driver to take to the shelter home where boys and girls are kept in the Infosys Foundation financially on a regular basis. Chitra was giving some other thing and they were helping a lot of people. The feedback of Chitra was very superb. She was helping in the kitchen. She was a nice girl. She used to clean the shelter, teach the younger children. She tells us how good student she was in her village and wanted to join to the high school, and her family did not allow her to do that. Chitra had cleared her 10th and then she got a sponsorship to go to the studies. But this time she decided not just to do that but to earn money also. She took a diploma in computer science, and then gradually she has went up towards doing bachelor's degree. In this time, she has passed with a very flying colors. She got her first salary and have become the assistant testing engineer. Great in studies, good in yours, becoming a good and great humanity also. She used to teach people who were there in the shelter home. I strongly felt that the shelter and people over there were saying that if she is working girl, she can't stay there. But where she will go? She's an unmarried. She didn't had anyone supportive being her guardian. Sudhamurti believed that this is not the thing. She need to give her rent, but she will stay in that place itself. Chitra started to stay there, and later on, it was the day came out when she went to abroad and started having her own life. She used to call, message, or mail her every time. 6 years later, there was a lecture by in San Francisco by Sudhamurti. She went there. It was being organized very well. Chitra there was standing with young man and wore a beautiful study. But before that, she had paid Sudhamurti's entire bill. She was looking very pretty. Her eyes was glowing and she was very surprised to see Sudhama there at that time. She felt wow, it was an amazing experience. Chitra, I have so many questions to ask you. How is your work? Have you visited India? And more importantly, you found your Mr. Right? And why did you pay hotel bill? No, Akka, I didn't came to India at all, she said so politely. And she said, if I would have came to India, would you feel that I would be written without meeting you? No. And stop worrying about my marriage. I got my perfect mate. And he told him, touch her feet. He told, and take blessings. Akka, if you haven't helped me, I don't know where I could have been, said Chitra. She said she would have been a beggar. She would have been a prostitute. She would have been a runaway girl, a servant in someone's house, or she might have even committed suicide. She said politely that you have changed my life and I can never forget about it, and I'm so grateful for that. No, Chitra, replied Sudhamurti. I am only one step in your ladder of success. I said there are many steps which lead you to do this. The way you look after yourself, the school which you gave a good education, the company has sent you to the place where you wanted to be, and also you are determined and inspired girl who made your life yourself. One step should never be given all the credit for the end result. That is your thinking, Akka, Chitra said so laughingly. I differ with you. Chitra, you are starting a new life. You have to save money and for your new family. Why did you pay my bill? Chitra did not reply, but told John, his Mr. Right, let's together touch her feet. Then she suddenly, sobbingly, she hugged her and said, Because you paid for my ticket from Bombay to Bangalore. Such a wonderful story, right? I really felt listen to this story. I was so thrilled. I was so excited that there can be people like her who would have helped many ones, but they might not took so much risk. She didn't thought about herself at any point of time, and she just helplessly kept on going. That's how we need to treat people around the world. Hope you all enjoyed this episode. And being it's a 50th episode, I want to say that something exciting will come ahead and will give you more inspirational stories, skills, which will really make you, a story can make you to take your life to the second level, to make you feel that wow moment, that this is a thing that we need to implement in our life, and that's necessary. Hope you all enjoyed this story, and if you feel like you need to share this story to anyone, please do share it. I will be so blessed to have you all listening to this podcast every day, because it is not just a podcast, it would be like a life lessons for you to have your life, to take your life enjoyingly, pleasingly to the second level. And life is always about to take one step ahead, and if there is no step, there won't be any zigzag in your life. Have that zigzag and make it so wonderful. Till then, bye bye, take care, have a nice day.